girl April Watts hanging out at the beautiful Richkat Mobile Cigar Lounge. This place is amazing. Speaking of amazing, I have the wonderful Lenessa Terry sitting across from me. You are gorgeous. How are you?
I'm good, April. Thank you. You are too.
Thank you so much.
You mind if I smoke a cigar?
Not at all, by all means.
Because we are in a cigar lounge, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Let's get into it.
And I'm just going to light up a Richkat cigar today.
I like that.
Absolutely. Since we're in the Richkat Lounge. Give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a punch instead of a regular cut.
I'm just learning something. So break down what is a punch as
Okay.
opposed to a regular cut.
So a punch cut is where you only want a certain amount of smoke or pull on the
Okay.
cigar. So it kind of controls the intake of the smoke.
Okay.
So this is going to be a lighter pull than just cutting straight across like a regular
I
cigar
see.
cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so thanks for asking. So I'm just toasting the cigar right now.
A punch, toasting. So toasting is like not
Just to
necessarily.
kind of get it ready, like
Okay.
to prime it for the actual light. Let's get a little bit more.
All right.
And I'm smoking a lighter stick because this is my first stick of the day.
Okay.
So thank you for letting me indulge.
I am so excited because I'm learning. This isn't necessarily my thing, so to learn and to be with someone who really knows her thing is fantastic. Now, speaking of your thing, let's get into it.
Okay.
Your company is called Puffin' Pretty. Break it down. What is Puffin' Pretty?
Yeah, so Puffin' Pretty is kind of what you might think it is when you think about the word puff. So
Mhm.
puffing is all about smoking. So not all about cigars because it just depends on what you smoke. So
Okay.
whatever you smoke, be pretty while you're doing it. So Puffin' Pretty, I started the brand back in 2015. So
Mhm.
5 years ago, my anniversary was coming up in September.
Congratulations. That's a
Thank
big
you.
deal.
And I've been smoking cigars for 10 years, but part of the time I was looking at, different merchandise because I've always been an entrepreneur in
Mhm.
some form of fashion.
Mhm.
And I was looking at the things that were out there for women, accessory related, clothing, and there wasn't much. I did my research and I thought, this would be sexy. This would be something really nice for women to feel empowered and to give them something to stand for.
What is the website?
The website is www.puffinpretty.com.
All right,
It's that
so
simple.
you're here, you have your cigars, you have your beautiful self, but you have some merchandise. Let's talk about what you sell at Puffin' Pretty, and I'd really like to get into it.
Okay, so actually I'm wearing one of my latest pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bodysuit for women,
I like it.
and it's really nice. It's kind of edgy, and it has a low
Mhm.
cut in the back. So this is one of my latest pieces. It only comes in one size, and it's not on the website yet, but it's coming.
Okay, all right.
And I
get
also
ready.
have the classic V-neck pieces.
The V-neck baby
The
tee. I like that.
tees that I offer, which are really popular. I have
Mhm.
tank tops. I have accessories. As you can see, we have the infamous Puffin' Pretty ceramic ashtray.
I like it.
And then April also started a line for men because the men got jealous.
That's smart
Because I
though.
was set up as a
Yes.
different cigar event. So they're like, what about us?
Mm-hmm.
So I started Puffin' Gents. So I have something for the men as well. This is the Kentucky Double.
That's really
So it
nice.
serves as an ashtray.
Mhm.
And also you put your sniffer here for your alcohol, your whiskey, your bourbon.
Oh, okay.
And then I have t-shirts for the guys as well. So this is the classic t-shirt.
I love that logo.
Thank you.
I really love because it's like a hat and the little feather in the hat
Yes, and the
along
cigar
with
and
the
a
cigar.
watch.
Because
Yeah.
the thing is, like, cigar smoking isn't just cigar smoking, it's a lifestyle. And what I've noticed is people who smoke cigars, they have a certain swag about them. And the men are dapper. Like, they have their hats, they have their watches, they have their whole
Absolutely.
entire look.
Yes.
So this is a great logo.
Thank you. And then last but not least, the latest in the line, along with this top I'm wearing, is our men's golf shirt. So they've been asking for it for a long time, so it's finally here. And that'll be available on the website soon.
Okay.
And then I also have swimwear. I had a white bathing suit that came out last year. This year I have the black.
And it is summer, so
Absolutely.
let's get ready.
So we're summer ready. We're ready for all
Yes.
seasons. In the winter we have sweatshirts,
Mhm.
so it's definitely a lifestyle.
And I saw something else over there. Is that a mask? What is that?
Yes, I know we're kind of like safe distance today.
Yes.
This is the Puffin' Pretty mask. Awesome.
That is too cute.
Thank you.
That is too cute. So you are an entrepreneur, as you said. This
Yes.
is not your first business. This is your third business. Let's talk about hot rods and how did you come to that?
Okay, so Hot Rods actually it was more of a club than a business,
Mhm.
but it was for women who liked the outdoors, specifically fishing. So hot rods, my son was 9 at the time when I started it. Mm-hmm. He's 21 now, and he came up with the name because I told him what I wanted to do. He was like, Mom, call it hot rods because the rods are, popping. And
right.
I was like, oh my God.
And because you're hot, right? And the ladies are hot, yes.
That too. So I started a group on Meetup called Hot Rods, and it grew to 300 women. So it's actually self-sustaining. They're doing it big. They go to North Carolina, South Carolina. They go all over the place fishing. I love it. Because I do a lot in the outdoors. So I fish, I hunt, I do camping. I started a nonprofit called Bold to get kids outdoors, and I want to revive that. So I like really that. All about the outdoors, really the cigar smoking, the outdoors, and that type of thing. Bring it all together.
I really like that too because a lot of African Americans, especially of an inner city experience, we don't get that outdoor experience. Absolutely. And I'm a certain age. A lady never tells. I'm a certain age, but I don't do the outdoors because my experience in life hasn't taken me there. So I think that is bold, that is courageous, and that is absolutely something that is needed. So congratulations and kudos to you for creating Bold.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I noticed about you is you do pastimes that are not necessarily traditionally female pastimes. Cigar smoking started as this old boys club. Fishing is something that people don't normally associate women with. It's like the fellas and the boys go out, fishing or whatever. You tend to bring the femininity and the sexiness to masculine pastimes. Is that something that you've noticed or that's intentional or it's just who you are?
It's not at all intentional. It's just who I am, and it's surprising to a lot of people because they do stereotype based on how you look.
Yeah, they do.
And I think we do that a lot in all different facets of life. So to be able to surprise people and have a conversation piece, no matter whether I'm in a corporate setting or in a cigar setting, is very interesting to folks. I get the word intriguing a lot, especially for men. They're like, "Oh, you're so intriguing." But what else do you like about me besides that?
Right.
So it's definitely not intentional. It just naturally happened that way. But I've met so many women, and my goal when I started Hot Rods was to meet those women who needed that outlet, who couldn't find women like them. And I found 300. So,
wow.
I mean, there's a lot of us out there, especially in the cigar culture. There's a ton of us who don't look the part, quote unquote. But it's really something we love to do.
I love it. So, Lenessa, you are obviously an entrepreneur. You obviously have your own cigar lifestyle brand, but you still roll with Richkat. Tell me what it is about Richkat that attracts you and that makes you want to be a part.
The thing about Richkat is they do everything big and bold. I love it.
Kind of like this Airstream.
Okay. Absolutely. This was one of my dreams years ago. When I saw it come to fruition with Richkat, I said, oh, I want to be a part of that. So I actually met Waleed through a cigar club that we're in. And Leslie was there as well. And I said, these are some beautiful people. I got invited to hang out, and I just have a ball whenever I'm around them.
They have really good spirit.
They do.
They do. And they definitely do everything big because I don't know what I expected, but when I saw this Airstream, I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
The outside, amazing. The red carpet, the velvet rope. I was like, they are really doing it. And then you get to the inside, the bar is laid out. Just everything is top notch. So I can understand.
And they brought it all together because I actually met them prior to them, opening the actual Airstream. And I saw the Richkat and I said, what's that about? And they had the cigar. I said, he's about to do something big. I knew something was coming. Not only that, they have the cigar line too, which I'm smoking now. So I just love everything that they do. And the people around them, like everything is about family and friendship. It's almost like when one does something, the rest follow.
Everybody supports.
And they're entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur, so it kind of fits together. You want to be around the people who you want to emulate.
Iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely.
I love it. So when you talk about the cigar lifestyle and the Richkat lifestyle, what do you guys do when you get together? Of course you smoke, but what else takes place? The conversation, the music. What do you drink with your cigars? Break it down. I need to know.
So it's all about doing you. So although we're together, we do what we like. So whether you like a lighter cigar, a more medium cigar, a heavy cigar, it's all about what you want to do and enjoy. And then you learn something along the way. So initially, I was a big wino.
Okay.
I call myself a wino.
Okay, I like that.
And then once I started smoking cigars, I got more into the bourbons, the whiskeys. I also drink vodka, but it really depends on what I'm doing or what I'm eating. Same with cigars. So it's all about your personal preference. But when you're around people in the culture who have tried different things, you learn and observe when you're in that environment.
And you explore.
Absolutely. You have to.
What's your favorite cigar?
So my favorite, I have a few different lines that I like, but really for me it's about the blender.
Okay.
So one of my favorite blenders is AJ Fernandez, Rafael Nadal.
Okay.
So they actually blend for different brands. So it's hard for me because my palate is all over the place, but it's actually going down. I was into heavier cigars initially, the Maduros. Now I'm more into your Ecuadorian Connecticut's and your lighter blends. So my palate has changed over the years.
Okay.
I've been smoking about 10 years, so it's just changing.
I like that. That's fine, you know? After a hard day work, you come home and you just want to unwind. What are you going to smoke and what are you going to drink?
Okay, so I'm going to pull out, depending on my mood, will determine what I'm going to smoke. And then also the size matters with cigars because it depends on how much time you have.
Okay.
So if I only have about an hour, I'm going to smoke a shorter stick. If I have a longer time, if I'm going to be engaging with someone else, like sitting with other people, then I might choose a longer stick. And I'm definitely going to go for bourbon or whiskey.
We'll go for bourbon or whiskey. And what is going to be in your iPod? What's going to be on your playlist?
Ooh, I'm going to have some Kim.
Hey, I like his new song, girl.
Yes,
that new song is fire. I love it.
I like a lot of jazz. I like my Layla Hathaway, my old school jams.
Old school jams, yep. Gotta have the old school.
Depends.
Okay.
And I love a good fireside chat.
A good fireside chat.
By the fire. That's
Okay.
like my favorite thing ever.
I like it. Now I want to bring this back around to you being a DC girl. What part of DC are you from, and how has it affected everything you do, from your approach to Puffin Pretty, from your interaction with Richkat, whole 9 yards?
That's a good question. I grew up in Northeast DC.
Okay.
So near what they might call Brooklyn or Michigan Park. So I grew up around near Catholic University.
Okay.
I actually went to school at Howard for a year. Went to a few different schools, and I finally graduated as an adult. But certainly my upbringing brings a lot of, I'm able to be more bold about the things that I do, you know, growing up in DC. Being exposed to different people. Since I went to Catholic school, but I also grew up with people who went to public school, so it was kind of a mix. I had a good balance. So I'm a people person. I'm not afraid or shy to get out there and do things. And I think just my entrepreneurship spirit came from growing up in DC. And my mom was an entrepreneur too. So I learned a lot from my family as well.
Multi-generational. I love it.
There was nothing we didn't do in the outdoors or couldn't do because my parents did it all.
All right, there you have it. Nothing you can't do, nothing you won't do. Of course, all within a positive realm. Miss Lenessa Terry, Puffin Pretty, puffinpretty.com, right?
Yes, www.puffinpretty.com.